Kanto. So we have... I don't have any Gen 8 cards, so Kanto, Sinnoh, Kalos. Did I sort these already? They seem to be in Pokédex order. This may take more time than I thought. So yeah, looks like I had sorted this one already. Interesting. Now things get a little more complicated. Hey, Starshine, good to see you. Hey, there's Archer. Yeah, so hello to the both of you. This is a Q&A stream while I sort my Pokemon cards in preparation for the big Pokemon card thing that's going to be going on tomorrow. Yes, very shiny. Pretty much all the Pokemon cards I have been unboxing as of late I've just been putting to the side, because, let me clear this last batch out, and then, I'll show you what I'm working with. You don't even know yet. Alright, chat, give me, like, a minute or two. Yeah. What I have right here is 2 binders. Between these 2 binders, I have over 3,000 Pokemon cards. I don't even remember how many right now. It takes a while to calculate it. I'm not going to do it. But main problem is this binder right here is breaking. So I have 4 more binders I ordered from Amazon like a year ago. And I'm doing this so that I can, actually, what order am I going to do this in? On one of these streams, I'm going to take everything in this binder, separate it between the other 4 binders, actually, and this binder too, because it's falling apart as well. I might need to order more binders. Oh dear. Whatever. Point is, I have a lot of cards, and I need to sort them so that I can sort them, so that I can unbox them, so I can sort them. Basically, I'm not at a lack of things to do during my quarantine at all. I'm just at a lack of getting paid. Oh yeah, that's like that everywhere. Reddit has been covered in pictures of just empty shelves everywhere. Oh wow, all your pasta's gone. Alright, so for context for the image Archer just sent me, it's just empty shelves, and I managed to zoom in on the price tags, and it's for pasta. Which is weird, because last I checked in Italy, that was the one thing that wasn't disappearing from the shelves. If you're booing me, I'm not even kidding. Like, there were pictures coming out of Italy where, like, the entire shopping market was ransacked except the pasta aisle. I don't get it. Senior and Health Card Hour. Why don't they do that in the States? That sounds genius. Oh yeah, you know, when all the governments have basically said they're not going to work for you anyway, you need the full body stuff. Leave those to the medical people. And then everyone thought that was just the government saying, these do work, but we need to hoard them for ourselves, so everyone ran to grab them. People. Part of the reason I like this quarantine. I don't have to deal with people. Oh yeah, so, before anyone asks, these are, wrapped because they came with this box here. Actually, you guys want a little spoiler for what's going to be on the unboxing extravaganza? I had a Barnes & Noble gift card burning a hole in my pocket after one of the holidays, so I found a way to use it. I should move all these up so I can actually have what I'm sorting be in the camera view. I will definitely say, this beats the old way I used to sort Pokemon cards with my sister. We would take up the entire living room, because we would lay each Pokemon out by species. Specifically, when I got a bunch of old Pokemon cards from my uncle, we took up half of my entire room just laying out Pokemon cards. Because there were 151, minus a couple rare species. It was a lot to go through. Favorite Pokemon is Aegislash. I actually think I answered that yesterday during the Pokemon Sword stream. Or was that earlier today? No, that was yesterday. Shoot, I'm doing so many streams now I can't keep track of them. Actually, that's a problem, because I was only around for like 3 days. I know you weren't around for that one, just, So I don't know why I brought that up. I hope you'll excuse me, my mind is revving at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Because I've been putting off doing all this stuff for so long, because I just didn't have the time to stream it, and now I can. What time is it for you, Starshine? Because were you in Scotland, or just somewhere close to there? Just after midnight. Oh, wow. See, I was about to say something, but it's something that I'm not sure if you would want me to tell the stream. And I know Archer would likely have a fan freak out. Other end of the country. I was just going off the fact of, I'm trying really hard not to say this in case you don't want me to say it. And I obviously can't, I can't say what I'm trying to not say, because in the process I would say it. Yes, that. Alright, if you're gonna blow it. Yeah, yeah, so I was going off Scotland based on the fact that you know Maddie IRL. And you know her real name, which you accidentally slipped to me, but I'm definitely not saying that on stream. No, we can all use less Mary Sue in our lives. I wonder what would happen if Brawny ever had Maddie on Brody debates. I wonder if one of us should ping Brawny and say, hey, what would you do if Maddie asked to be on Brody debates as Mary Sue? This must be from the Shining Legends packs, because there's no way I would pull this many legendaries otherwise. Why do I feel like I'm going to get messaged on Discord? To be fair, who wouldn't be? She could do anything perfectly. So if she decides she doesn't like you, she could perfectly enact any sort of plan she would have to prove that she doesn't like you. If you're insinuating I'm scared of Mary Sue with that comment, Starshine, no, I actually have it written into the canon of my world. How do I go about explaining this? Basically, my life force is tied to the existence of the worlds that I live in, therefore I'm the biggest Gary Stu in my universes. So anytime Mary Sue and I fight, she can't out-Mary Sue me, but I can't out-Gary Stu her. So we're always in a perfect stalemate. Oh boy. Okay, so Archer just pinged Brawny on his server, and me, saying that I had the stupid idea of suggesting a pink alicorn should be on Brody debates. Oh boy. So if you find me on the side of the road with a with a dent the shape of Brawny's skull in my spine, you know what happened. Actually, no, I've been making fun of him for not having wings for like a year now, and he still hasn't done that to me, so I don't think this will be the thing that pushes him over the edge. It's a good thing Brawny's streaming himself right now, because I know he would probably use that opportunity to mess with me in stream chat. Oh boy, I'm sweating now. See, little problem with my new place, it doesn't have central air, and I believe the heat might still be on from the wintertime procedures. And my computer is overclocked, so it's kicking out more heat than it usually does. So basically, oh yeah, I can feel the heat coming off this thing. So yeah, I'm cooking my room. What is going on? Starshine, did you just tell me you are the reason behind Mary Sue? Okay, wait, now you lost me. Which Mary Sue I did you inspire? I have the memory of a blue tang. Alright, Starshine, I am going to attempt to call you now. Though with stream lag, I'm probably going to end up calling you before you hear that. Hello?
Hello, people.
Alright, stream, can you hear her?
I can't hear me. Well, actually, I can hear me, but I say weird things when I'm tired.
Don't worry, we all do. Alright, according to Archer, you are coming through.
Yay, this is a good thing. Yes, sorry, I know that I'm not making sense in chat, kind of.
I believe you are making sense, it's just that I'm making you make unsense.
Okay. We have talked before this, Archer. I'm fairly certain of that.
Gosh darn it.
Do you need me to shut up so you can count for a minute?
No, the cards just slipped.
I get kind of loopy when I'm tired. It makes for fun conversations.
Yep. Honestly, you should hear what happens on Brody's server when we're all tired.
I can imagine.
Wait a minute, where's my Snubble?
Don't know.
Okay, so for context, I'm putting two cards on the mat in front of me right now. This Goomy was behind the counter at work, and I fished it out with a piece of tape or a band-aid stuck on the end of a mop head, or on the mop handle. And this Heatran over here was free at GameStop for something. I don't remember what. But I should also have a Snubble card from when Detective Pikachu came out that was free, and I don't remember what I did with it.
Given that I don't know what's going on with America, what is happening? What was happening exactly with GameStop? Are they trying to say that they're an essential, what you call it, and therefore should stay open?
You hit the nail on the head. GameStop is trying to argue that they're an essential business so that they can stay open despite all the other stores being told to close, and their employees are being told that if the police give them trouble, have them call upper management so that they can work it out. So instead of letting their employees go home, they're so desperate to not... Because GameStop has been in hard financial times for a while. So they're trying to stay open as long as possible. At the risk of their workers, unfortunately.
Which is kind of stupid.
It's not kind of, it's very.
Good point. I'm an adorable little ball of fluff. And anybody who contradicts me will have my fiancé to deal with.
And if your fiancé is unavailable, I assume Maddie would step in?
Possibly. But, I've never tried deliberately to do Octavia.
I want to try, just to say I have, but I feel like I would butcher it horribly. And who sorted these energy cards? They are monsters. Are you seeing stream right now? They're not any sort of sorted at all.
Maybe you didn't sort it.
I just pulled these ones out of the wrapper.
Okay, I will when he wakes up in the morning.
Actually, you know what? I think, if I'm correct, these are sorted so that it's alternating every type. Nope. I was immediately proven wrong on that front.
Is your sister older or younger than you?
Younger by 2 years.
Ah. Does that make her adorable?
I'm not going to say yes because I have a feeling she'd kill me for saying that. Actually, wait. Never mind, she's not Lightning Bliss.
I love the fact that we can just do references. It's awesome. It's hilarious. It's very, very cute.
Actually, you want to hear something really funny about references? Brawny told us one time, I believe we were playing Cards Against Humanity, and basically all of us were saying, oh god, the implications before he had the chance to. And he told us that he basically hasn't been able to say that in months because we'd all beat him to it.
I like that a lot.
But also, it's not written on his Patreon, but anyone who supports him on Patreon has the ability to use and abuse his jokes and references as we want.
That is kind of cool.
And actually, I forget which episode, but in one of my Let's Go Eevee videos, I have a voice clip taken from one of his videos with permission of him saying, "Oh god, the implications." And it was after I said something where that would be very appropriate.
I can't do it properly.
No, it was, "Oh god, the implications." Actually, no, I botched the delivery. But basically, it's not like over the top, it's just like he's saying it.
So I had a guy come through with 4 packets of tissues.
Oh dear. Actually, to be fair, my dad got me that a couple days ago, so...
We've been rationing tissues for over a week now. We've been rationing tissues for, restricting tissues for over a week. We only have 2 packs. So I took the 2 top packs away and said, "Yep, you're not getting those, mate." And he looked at me and said, "Oh, well, bearing in mind, you're going to get people who are going to try this kind of thing at the moment." And it's kind of ridiculous because I've got no power to change the restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to try and change the restrictions just because you want an extra packet of you want an extra packet of what you call it. Anyway, extra couple of packets of tissues.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, look, mate. No, he says, well, it wasn't very clearly. It wasn't very clear. Post wasn't very clear. It just said facial tissues, and these aren't facial tissues. Bear in mind, this is a packet of normal, like, blow your nose type tissues. We'll come on to that important fact in a minute.
As someone who strives on technicalities, I can see exactly what they're trying to pull.
Yeah, and so can I, and I'm not having any of it. And I'm like, yeah, mate, no, keep going. You're just digging yourself a hole here. Not actually saying that, but I'm just looking at him thinking, what is he even trying? So myself and my colleague explained that it's restricted on all tissues. It's not just quote unquote facial tissues. And he's like, well, I'm only using them to blow my nose. Okay, and please know I did actually say this. Okay then, where's your nose? And he was like, yeah, but mate. At which point I was just like, mate, I'm not going to be sympathetic towards you, so you may as well just drop it now, because I'm not going to give you extra tissues.
Yep. Honestly, at this point, he'd be better off trying the old trench coat and fedora trick.
Yeah, well...
Actually, I'm pretty sure someone like that would get flagged.
Back when everybody was feeling cheerful, my poor community... Home. Church thing, whatever you want to call it, was back when it wasn't like a week ago, when it wasn't as serious. We're all saying, oh well, we'll come into Morrison's in disguise and try and get multiple stuff, and I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, that's not going to work.
I'm sorry, they told you they were going to use a disguise?
Well, yeah, but I knew they were kind of joking, so I wasn't really... Yeah, well, in that there's multiple people in the group, and they're all saying, oh, well, we'll come in, and I'm like, okay, fine, but make sure you come to my till. I was in a good mood that day.
Oh, dear.
Quite.
No, I'm saying oh dear because someone on Brawny server is responding to Archer about his the thing he pinged Brawny about. Honestly, I think one of the best things I could think of off the top of my head about, I'm just gonna say Europe in general, is just the queuing and how nice the customers tend to be, from what I've heard.
Although apparently in London, they're now having to station security guards at the they're having to station security guards at tills because people are trying. Well, obviously people are trying to steal. People are starting to attack people, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm glad I'm not in London.
Alright, so I've finished sorting the cards, turning my attention back to the stream now, and cool. I think I'm going to end it in a little bit, but before I do, I want to show off these 5 cards that I bought individually, and why I bought them individually.
Okay.
So, this one... Can I keep... There we go. This one here is Dark Celebi. I basically just saw this thing on some sort of online listing a while ago, maybe even in Google Images, and I just wanted this thing. This Mewtwo has a very dumb story behind it. Basically, there was a Pokemon box released where you got a giant version of this card, but you didn't get the regular-sized version of this card. So I ended up buying it separately. This Mesprit goes with a Uxie and Azelf I already had. This Heatran I actually had when I was like 11, I think. I ended up losing it. I don't remember why. And this Volcanion, if you guys saw the Magearna earlier in the stream, I was trying to get this from the Steam Siege sets I was opening. Will this focus? I was trying to get this from the Steam Siege sets I was opening but it didn't end up happening. But yeah, so special cards there.
They are very shiny.
Very shiny. They are all rare cards. I think the most expensive out of them was like $4 by itself.
That's probably expensive.
You could usually get a 10-pack of Pokemon cards for that much. Well,
Okay.
11-pack as of the Sun and Moon series. Actually, I need to get a hold of some Sword and Shield TCG cards, because I don't know if they fixed that issue. So basically, all of the Pokemon card foil packs, they say they're 10-card packs, but when I was first opening Sun and Moon card packs, I noticed that you'll flip them over and reshuffle the cards so that the rare ones were at the back wasn't working properly. So I realized that every Sun and Moon pack had 11 cards in it instead of 10. So technically not an issue. Well, it's an issue for the Pokemon Company, but certainly not for the people buying. They get an entire extra card.
That's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. Any comments, questions, critiques before I go?
Pizza? Can I have pizza?
Stop making me hungry. I can't get pizza right now. Even though there's a pizzeria on my street, it's probably closed. And I've never been there anyway, so I don't know what they have.
It also depends if they're doing takeaway.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'd probably have to order on the phone. I hate talking on the phone.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so I guess this is just story time now. Talking on the phone has to be one of the worst forms of conversation that we as humans could possibly go through. Because we don't have the luxury of being at a computer where we could, like, monitor everything. So we just have to hope that the call didn't just drop while we were talking. We have to hold the device up to our faces while we do it instead of wearing a headset here. And basically, the way I see it, there are like 3 modes of conversation. There's talking in person, where you can see the person and like adjust the way you're saying things to the way that... Fair point. Did you see what Jackie put in chat?
Yep.
Alright, basically, so yeah, talking in person, you could see what the person is, like, their facial expression, their body posture, and adjust your speech. Whereas with texting, it's very impersonal. It's characters on a screen. You can just send the message, and then they can send it back. You can, retroactively adjust for any misunderstandings or anything like that, based on the fact that it's a text-based communication format.
Mm-hmm.
Talking on the phone, you have removed the in-person element so that you can see what the other person is thinking, even when they're not saying anything. And you have removed the barrier of protection that, not immediate... or, what's the word? That the not live communication of texting is. So now, you're working with entirely voice. I don't like that.
Okay.
Though
Because although going off, I can never remember the percentages, but I know that the biggest way we read the biggest way that we communicate is to our body language.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the tone of voice, and then it's the actual words. With texting, you don't have the visual of the body language, but you can always adapt and change what you're putting. With actually speaking in person, you've got all 3, but with voice, because you've only got 2 out of 3, it can be difficult because sometimes you hear, sometimes you'll hear things that you don't. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Oh.
Really? So you're not actually talking to us now? You're texting to us, which technically counts.
Yeah.
It's communication.
Honestly, Jackie pretty much has the exact same philosophy as I do. You don't have to deal with the stress of talking to people if you don't talk to people. That is the reason...
No, I'm not actually talking to you then.
Well, to be fair, she's not on the Discord call. You're basically talking at her, and she's responding in chat.
Good point. Although I like to think that I'm talking to her, but still. There's nuances to all this. Personally, I like talking on the phone because I like actually hearing... I actually like hearing people's voices, and it's a substitute for actually seeing them in person.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Although, I haven't entirely figured out why Discord is different, or Discord and Skype are different to me than talking on the phone.
Discord has the benefit of you can text chat while you're actually talking.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
There's also the fact that Discord doesn't, in Discord and Skype, in my head at least, don't, Skype a little bit more so, but Discord doesn't feel quite like a call. It's more like a nice discussion. It's designed to be a group thing. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I was also going to say with Discord, you can also just go in with the idea, what fun is there in making sense?
Yeah, that works. I mean...
Yep, I could be howling at the moon or sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon.
Yeah,
I feel like you're not getting that reference.
I'm totally getting that reference and just not rising to it.
I know Archer's getting it.
I mean, what would you do to take our world away?
Those weren't puns.
I know.
No, I'm talking to Archer.
Oh.
You weren't saying anything that was puns. Archer's calling me Yang. Though we are the same height, so.
Why do I recognize the name Yang?
Yang Xiaolong from Ruby.
Oh, yeah. I'm tired. Have you seen the latest season?
I have not. That's on my to-do list. And Archer's going to start tearing me apart in chat.
I want to be able to talk to you about what's going on in that, because there's a lot.
Yeah,
Like, a lot.
Alright, here's the deal. I'm gonna end chat in 9 minutes, then I'm going to binge all of Season 7.
Good. Well done. Yes. Puns are wonderful.
Ugh.
Yes, he has to see Season 7. I'm not going to spoil anything.
I have a spoiler for the first episode because of Archer. And because of all the memes. Like, I don't have Rooster Teeth first, or whatever the heck it's called. So, there was no avoiding that. And I think I know some of the things that pop up later in the seasons. But I don't know anything specific.
Okay. Then I'm not going to tell you anything.
Yes, I'm not arguing that you weren't granted that one. I'm just... Honestly, though, I am... From what I've heard, I am a little disappointed on spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds to click away, though I don't think that's anyone here except me. I'm a little disappointed from what I know of how they brought Penny back. And this is entirely based on what I've heard, so my opinion might change when I come back. But basically, from what I heard, she just comes back, she has all her memories, recognizes Ruby on sight, and basically just flies away. What I was expecting they'd do is, like, they'd have Penny, but she doesn't recognize them, because her mind was basically wiped from her time in Vale.
He did say, he gave you like 5 seconds, which probably wasn't long enough, but yeah.
Anyway, the thing I was thinking of is that she doesn't have any memories, and like Ruby's still basically trying to get her to remember, and then later on, like Ruby almost gets hurt, and at the last second, Penny remembers, like she has some sort of memory bank that gets unencrypted that they just couldn't delete because she wouldn't work without that, so they just locked her off from it. But at the last second it unlocks, she remembers her, and then she rushes in.
I remember correctly, they do actually explain it in the episode.
Alright, I'll have to see it then.
Can I give you one spoiler?
I'm going to say no, but I'm going to ask a question. Is there a lot of sitting around a table giving exposition?
Not loads.
Is it more than one episode?
It's not sitting around a table giving exposition.
Oh dear.
It's...
You know what, let me be blunt with this question. Is it as bad as Season 5?
No, it's not. Nowhere
Good.
near as bad as Season 5.
I'm going to say this, the best part of Season 5 was the intro. That's it.
Fair enough.
Like, I have the Volume 5 intro saved on my music playlist. I think the only intro that even comes...
It's nowhere near as bad. There's a lot more fights. There's a lot more action. There's a lot more involvement. And by the way, the one spoiler I was going to give you, Ironwood is in this.
Oh no, I've seen the stuff about Ironwood. I know he pulls a very, very... What's the PG way to say this? Jerk move later in the series.
Yes, he does.
And, I know Ruby gets very upset about it. But that's, like, it. And then I also know there's a very, Renora moment that the entire internet was squeeing over. But Archer sent me that one.
Oh, yes! Yes! Yes, there was! And it's awesome, and it's wonderful, and yeah, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Also, who do you ship?
So obviously Renora, Arcos, I'm undecided about White Rose, Black Sun. If I had to ship Yang with someone in the show, I would say with Ilya, because the ship name would be Charmeleon, and that's hilarious. Obviously Crow with Winter. And I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. So Jacqueline ships Blake and Yang.
As adorable as Bumblebee is, the writers didn't earn that one like they earned Black Sun.
Remind me who Black Sun is.
Blake and Sun.
Oh yeah.
Like, they spent, like, a season and a half building up the fact that, you know, they're getting to know each other better. Blake ran off. Sun's the only one she had left, and he chased after her to comfort her and make sure she was okay.
True.
Like, Sun met her parents, and her parents basically shipped them together. And then we're supposed to have that all erased with one stalker trying to kill Blake.
Okay.
I will say, though, that Adam fight scene was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly, though, I wanted...
Okay.
I wanted Adam to be taken out like Count Dooku, but what they did works. And in case you don't know what I mean by that, Blake holds one side of the Game-Bull Shroud, Yang holds the other side, they cut his head off. I gotta say, I liked the season, but I think there was one change. They would have had to restructure the entire series, but it would have worked better, is if they stuck with the train and had their adventures on multiple stops. Okay, my voice is starting to give out. I'm gonna end the stream here and go binge the season. Have a good night. Thank you all for coming out.